Alright, welcome back everybody. So at this point we've talked about everything that we're going to cover regarding mongoose, and there's just one thing that we need to loop back and do. At the beginning of this video series I told you guys that it's not good practice to have your MongoDB URI as just a variable in your text, because when you upload this to GitHub, that means that everybody's going to be able to see your connection string, and since your connection string includes your username and your super secure password, then your database is going to be compromised. So that's really bad. We don't want to do that, especially when we're working on projects for our clients, right? So we're going to go over right now what we should be doing for this instead. So I'm just going to go ahead and comment out this stuff down here where we were creating the Freddy and saving him and things like that, just because I don't want to be running that. But I do still want to make sure that we're able to connect to Mongo. So I'm going to leave this stuff connected, just to make sure that we don't get any errors. Okay, so the first step, I'm going to show you two ways, but the first way is the most basic, and what we're going to do is we're going to store our string here inside of an environment variable. Alright, so how are we going to do that? Well, first, made a breakpoint. First, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to make a new file, and I'm going to call it env.sh. And so what this is it's actually a shell script. So like if I come over here and type echo Andre, right? You see how it's just going to type out Andre? So same way, if I come over here and let's say echo Andre, and then if I run this, and I say, I actually have to type in source, you'll see that it's going to repeat the same thing. And source is the way that you run shell scripts. Just like the way that we say node when we're running .js files, we say source when we're running .sh files. But you can see here, or hopefully this will prove to you and convince you, that everything inside my m.sh file is going to be executed just like regular lines of code in your command line or your terminal. Cool. So now that we got that established, what we're going to do is I'm going to just type one command over here, and I need to go ahead and grab this string really quick. Copy. Okay, we're going to just say export MongoDB URI =, and then our string. So it's really short, right? Literally just one line in this file. Export, and then our name, MongoDB URI, =, and then whatever we want the value to be. And so this is going to do, what this is going to do is it's going to make this an environment variable. So if I come over here, and just to show something to you, so when we can test to see what environment variables we have, so I can say echo MongoDB URI, and we see that nothing gets printed here. And this $sign and then the title is the way that we can, from the command line or terminal, try to print out a environment variable. So we see here I was trying to print out the environment variable MongoDB URI, but nothing got printed. So I'm going to go ahead and run the file here that we just spent some time creating, m.sh. Remember the command for that is source and then the name of the file, m.sh. And now when I run it, I'm going to go back and try doing this echo command again. And now we're seeing that in fact our connection string is being printed. So this means that we were successfully able to set the environment variable. So this is great so far. So let's go over here now, and I'm going to comment this out. We're removing that, but we definitely still need our MongoDB URI. So the way that we're going to get that is we're going to say process.env.mongodb URI. So this, if you remember before when we were talking about node in general, process is an object that stores information about all of the current stuff going on in the process. Remember, the process is essentially your node program, like the literal computer process that's running it. And so one of the things that's part of the process is the environment that it's running in, which is that .env. So again, that's like process, oops, I put an extra C in the other one, .env, and then the name we want. So let me just fix this really quick. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's make sure that this is working still. We'll go ahead, well, let me get this. Node app.js, and we are still connected to mlab. And we see that we're connected to mlab without using our string that's just regularly in here, which is great. This is an amazing step for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. So there's one more thing that's really important. Now that we've created this m.sh file, all we've done is we moved the variable, the potentially compromising variable, out of our app.js and we put it in another file. So we could still have the same issue where this file gets uploaded to GitHub and then our database is compromised. So of course what we need to do is we need to make a git ignore, and inside of the git ignore I need to put m.sh to make sure that GitHub does not start tracking that file, because we do not want it to upload it to GitHub. Alright, so that's it. This is way one of using environment variables. In the next video I'm going to show you another way to use environment variables. Awesome.